So what is up, everybody? It's time for the weekly movie or movie/pop culture hunt. Yeah, we're going to go out to some stores. We're going to have some fun. You know, I like to go out and look in stores each week instead of just looking online. That's not as fun. So yeah, let's get into some stores. Let's see what we can find. Hey, we'll just have some fun together. Then come back here. We will look online to see what other titles we could have and should have maybe found in stores. And then I'll close out the video. So what are we waiting for? Let's go. Alright, let's go into Walmart first, see what we can find. Not expecting too much. I've already checked online. Their inventory didn't seem like they had too much. But we'll see. You never know what you're going to find until you get in there. Let's go. Up in the front section, they did have some new little Grinch stuff. I thought it looked kind of cool. Look, little vinyl figure, one with Santa Claus suit, and then one just the regular one. Those are kind of neat. Then they got the little mini figs. What else they got? Oh, it's like one of those mystery squishies. There they are. I'm not gonna even try to get any of those. I've got some of those other mystery ones I want to open in a video and show you. Look, there's a cat toy. That's funny. Either way, let's go back to the movies. The shelf is kind of empty, so it's probably not a lot here. They do have Good Fortune on Blu-ray for $22.96. Then they got the DVD. Tags up for some other stuff that they don't have. So No Strangers Chapter 2 in here. They do have the Blu-ray of The Long Walk. Then they got The Conjuring. You can get the 4K, the Blu-ray, or the DVD. And, oops, sorry about that. There is the sticker for Dogma, but they don't have it in stock. And not seeing too much else. There's Freakier Friday. That was hard to get in some stores. This store actually still has a $5 section, but it's not a bin. Look at that. Richie Rich. You guys remember that with Macaulay Culkin? There's somebody over here looking at them. Hold on a second. Let me see what else they got. I know that Jurassic Reborn is not $5, but either way. All right, so now they moved. I can look. There's that He-Man and She-Ra Christmas special. What is this? Thoroughly Modern? I don't know. Either way, I haven't seen that in there before. Witches of Eastwick, Freedom. There's that Thelma. One of you guys was asking me about that. So they got that. I think you can get it for like $10 on Amazon. But in Walmart, it would be $5 in this bin. What else they got over here? I was looking to make sure they don't have any Blu-rays on the spines. Imaginary. That's a good deal for $5. What's this? Weird, the Al Yankovic with a slip cover. That's pretty good. And then The Replacements, very underrated sports comedy there. And so over here in the collectibles, not seeing a whole lot. Got a platinum edition there. Got the Creature from the Black Lagoon. That's like the Toonie Terrors type stuff. Got the Halloween H2O. 20 years later, Michael Myers. Nice figure, multiple head sculpts if you want to swap them on there. And I don't see too much in the pops. And we're going to look here in the toy section. They had nothing else in the other movie section, so we'll look at another Walmart probably. And they don't have too much back here either. Roderick Strong. Those are figures they're never going to sell. Oh, they got Jeff Jarrett.
Well, Lottie frickin' God!
Yeah, that's what everybody wants is the Jeff Jarrett figure. They got the Rock from the Monday Night Wars. They got the Phi 2. Had paper on top of it, sorry. There's a LA Knight.
Yeah.
And not seeing too much else. This Walmart is not good. So we're going to go into Target and see what we can find. This person keeps starting and stopping. Can I get into the store, please? Over here on this end cap, they have some Stranger Things stuff. Are you guys ready for the next round of episodes? They got this pin set that looks like a VHS tape. And somebody other than me opened this one. But so since it's open, we'll look at it. The front looks like, oh, the back looks like a VHS. And then here are the pins that you get in there. Hellfire Club. I don't know. It's kind of boring, that set. Especially if it's on sale for $17.99. Then you got these Fugglers. I know there's a Jaws one that somebody was telling me about. I haven't seen it in stores yet. This one just keeps farting over here. There's the Gremlins. Five Nights at Freddy's down there. No NECA figures? That's weird. These things here are $10. And then what else they got? Got a Platinum Edition Fallout figure. And every time you walk by those things, they keep farting. And don't see too much in the pops. So over here in the toy aisle, looks like they got some new Simpsons. There's a Homer. And looks like they got Ralph. That's kind of cool. I dress myself. There's a Darth Vader figure. They don't have anything new as far as the Legends. They still have that Diesel there, the Chase figure. So I guess people don't really want that. And over here in this section, they got some G.I. Joe stuff. Superman. They got this. That's a cool looking Riddler figure. I like that. That's pretty neat looking. Not too much, but they don't have a whole lot here. What else they got? I thought that was a Walmart exclusive. Oh well. What'd you guys think of Superman? I was a little disappointed in it. And what else is down there? Masters of the Universe. Not a whole lot. Not even anything new Marvel related. Got the Cena end cap. What did you guys think of his retirement match? I know a lot of people hated the ending of it.
It doesn't matter what you think!
Alright, let's get into Barnes & Noble and see what we can find. So this Back to the Future book, I've mentioned it one time before. One of you guys said you got it. A lot of the information and stuff in there is included in those special edition Steelbooks. So, but let's get around the corner, see what else we can find. This little Christmas section is very thinned out now. What is that? Got a Grinch Steelbook, Christmas Vacation on DVD. Not too much. What's over on the other side? All the Kino stuff that it still says it's 50% off, but I don't see any stickers on any of it. And I think they just forgot to take down the sign. Then they got their version of the $5 bin. You got Yogi Bear. Oh, I forgot Dan Aykroyd did the voice of Yogi. Clue, Deliverance, Willy Wonka. Nothing we need. Nothing to see here. Move along. What's over here? Usually Steelbooks. The Crow. That Dark City from Arrow's good. Red Planet just recently came out. That's the 4K. An overpriced Casino Steelbook. Splitsville. Nobody let me know whether that was any good or not. Renfield. Spotlight's a movie I was thinking about buying. I've only seen it like once, so I don't really remember much about it. Is that worthy of a purchase? Probably wouldn't get a lot of rewatches with me, so I doubt I'll buy that. The Crow. There's another Kino over there with 50% off on it. Spinal Tap 2 Steelbook. I think that's the only way you can get the 4K, right? Is in that Steelbook? I don't remember. I think so. They got some more $5 stuff over here. Blade Runner. Bullet. All this stuff would be better served to buy it on Blu-ray. Other than Cannonball Run, man. Find that streaming and find it readily available on like Blu-ray, man. But I did that Box of Burt video. You can go back and watch that. A lot of Steelbooks over here. Platoon. Those god-awful slipcovers for 007 James Bond. The Long Walk. Five Nights at Freddy's Steelbook. Quite a few Steelbooks over here, but nothing new. Over here, this is their Arrow section. They got Cobra. Is that really supposed to be 50% off? What are you guys, what were we talking about in the comments? If you see that sticker and it's on there, I'd make or honor it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Long Kiss Goodbye, very underrated movie. People don't talk about it enough. Poseidon, The Cell. I wonder if that comes now with the replacement disc, or you still have to get that. There's all your A24 stuff. Lamb down there. I don't hear enough people talking about that movie. That's weird. I liked it. They got both versions of the X trilogy. You got the Blu-ray and the 4K. The Blu-ray is a little bit cheaper, obviously. There's their big Criterion section I made of 2 movies, Peepin' Tom and Godzilla. Their whopping anime section here. Got a couple Steelbooks down there. What is this? That's that Arcane. Those are readily available, obviously cheaper in Walmart for sure. Not seeing too much there. Some family stuff. How to Train Your Dragon with that god-awful spider wrap around it. At least that does have like a plastic case, though, to protect it. And then there's that annoying alarm. NCIS Origins. Which show has more spinoffs, Law and Order or NCIS? I think those BBC Acorn things are probably what's still 50% off, or at least Midsommar. The Midsommar Murders, not the movie Midsommar.
Oh my god, dude, what the fuck? Is that a fucking pube?
Ew.
Let's just stay here.
Not seeing anything else over here. Let's flip around to the other side. What's over here? I'll just randomly go through the shelf real quick. They got Abyss still with a slipcover. You got the Ace Ventura Pet Detective with one of the worst artworks of the year, if you ask me. So Airport, the Blu-ray is 40% off, it says, but the 4K is in a protective cover. I never bought Amadeus. Maybe I should put that on an Amazon wish list. Maybe you guys can pick me up some movies there. Maybe I'll do that. Arachnophobia. Wasn't that getting a remake? I've got that on Blu-ray, but I thought it was getting a remake. Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. Kino release. That's a funny movie. What else? We were talking about that box of bird earlier. You should watch that video and check out the Blu-rays that are in that set. That's a good set. The French Dispatch. That was in that Wes Anderson set that I got from Criterion, right? What is that? No, it's Fargo without a slipcover. We was talking about the Evil Dead the other day. I said it's approaching better than the original, if you ask me, as far as watchability. Aaron Brockovich. There's an Elvira. That Arrow movie needs to be over there in the Arrows section. With the 10 other ones that they've got. We were talking about that as a Christmas movie right there, the holdovers. They got Deep Blue Sea, and then they got Nope. I was talking about that with somebody. I think that's one of the Jordan Peele's worst movies. I don't like it at all.
No, sir, I don't like it.
Halloween without a slipcover, obviously. Hand That Rocks the Cradle. Did you guys watch that remake? It wasn't half bad. I thought it was pretty good. They changed just enough. Oh, I didn't know what that was. Him. I haven't watched that yet. Hey, here's a new Arrow release. That's kind of cool. I asked in the comments of the last video. Has anybody seen that? Is it any good? It's one of those chunky boxes. It's 4K release. I might check into that and see. John Wayne got Jaws DVD sticking out there. I don't know why anybody would want that on DVD, but either way. Life of Chuck. I still need to see that. You can get a 4K of that, I think. Not seeing much else on this shelf. Hey, what's down here? Oh, Wild Style. I was reading about that. That's another Arrow release. Just came out. This is the 4K. I think you get a CD in that with some music on it, don't you? I'll have to check into that. Both of those new Arrow titles in here. So nice to see they actually stock something new for a change. That's me setting off the alarm this time. Next time I'm in here, I'm going to prop something against that so it doesn't do it. It's annoying as hell.
You're killing me, Smalls.
I'm just giving it a scan. There wasn't anything else Arrow that came out this week, right? That I should be looking for? I don't think so.
Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
Alright, so let's get into the second Walmart I promised you we would go into, because that first one was hot garbage. And let's look at the toys first. They've got a Triple H Ultimate Edition figure. That's been out for a while. And Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner. He comes with the straight jacket. This Rock figure, man, that thing has been out forever. That's the greatest hits. That was him from the Scorpion King. They got a Randy Orton up there. Restocking Superman stuff, because nobody bought it. Like, this Hawk Girl was so hard to find at the beginning. I bet that Superman stuff is just laying around everywhere. Nobody wants it. Or this toilet shit. Get it? Is anybody buying any of that? Look at this thing. That's ridiculous. Look at these little Superman minis. That's kind of neat with the Fortress of Solitude. And SpongeBob. A chase set. Look, they're all chases. Is all the Walmarts have all the chases of those? And on the back to the going back to the movies, I saw this cool little brick craft set from Rudolph. And you got like Christmas stockings. What else you got? Gingerbread men, ornaments. That's kind of cool. Yeah, what else is on this one? Oh, it's got all the characters. So if you can find Rudolph or Santa or the Bumble, that would be kind of cool. All right, they actually stock their movies. So they do have the Strangers Chapter 2. Way better than the first one, but still not great. But only on Blu-ray. Where's the 4K? They got Daryl Dixon Season 3 on DVD. They do have that copy of Knives Out on DVD. Killing Faith on DVD. You got Good Fortune. The DVD is $19.96, and then they do have the Blu-ray. I can't get it up in there. Soul on Fire, and there's the Dogma Empty Spot. They got Conjuring, Him, all the same stuff we saw in the other Walmart. They do have the Naked Gun, Chosen, Toxic Avenger. So at least they're pretty well stocked compared to that other Walmart. Yep. What else we got? They have a Steelbook section. So you got Hush, The Howling, Full Metal Jacket, Arcane, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. There's that Blues Brothers. They do have Black Christmas. That's pretty neat. And then the gray. I think that's one of the best covers they've done on these Steelbooks. And Riddick, I'm not a big fan of, so I doubt I'll get that. Weapons, Ballerina. Oh well, so yeah, some nice Steelbooks. And it's cool that Walmart stocked all those. So what do they got down here in this section? Robin and the Hoods. No thank you. On DVD. They got this one. I do like this cover artwork here of Beast of War. Might have to think about getting that, but I would want it on Blu-ray. I think those are new. They got some new anime up here if anybody's looking for that. London Calling. Never heard of that movie on DVD. Dead of Winter I do want to see. I like Emma Thompson. That's $12.96. Under Fire. I don't remember seeing that last week. There's Spinal Tap. Dangerous Animals, another shark movie. And, oh look, we got some great Hallmark movies. So, this is the Walmart. It's got that weird ass section of just random shit. Look, St. Patrick's Day Massacre. Watch my video of that. Evil Dead, the remake, Steelbook. I love that movie. the Masters of the Universe Revelation and Revolution. Ape versus Mecha Ape. The slip covers, the glow in the dark ones are down there. Steelbook of Escape Plan. Tremors. Detective Pikachu and Twister. This is just a weird mix of shit on this shelf. The Chosen, they do have the 4Ks of The Mandalorian and Ahsoka. Renfield Steelbook. A Nightmare on Elm Street set. That's a lot of randomness. They got a $5 section over here. This is a good deal. All three of those movies, including the god-awful third one, the Cloverfield ones. A lot of good movie sets. There's one with dogs. They got the Dukes of Hazzard, the 2 movie collection. Snow Days. Peanut Stuff, the Iron Claw. Major Pain. Very underrated movie. I like that. Scream, Naked Gun trilogy. And then they still got some remnants of this horror section. They got the Terrifier mask, which I do like. And I saw somebody talking about this Michael Myers plushie. That's like those tiny Nightmare figures, but the big version. They got a Five Nights at Freddy's bag, or whatever that is. They got some horror stuff. Oh, horror. Speaking of horrors, look at these.
Tits.
And some Ben Cooper stuff. And nothing else. And then their $5 section. They have Strangers Chapter 1 on DVD in there. And some good old Nicolas Cage. Some Pet Cemetery. Beast from the Deep. We've seen that before. That's a good deal for $5. There's that Pet Cemetery 2 movie collection. Jack Frost. Not see anything here, but my wife wants to tell me about the hole in this woman's pants over here. Some woman that I don't want to be looking at based on what I saw, but I did find this Dave Chappelle DVD. And then they do have the Stranger Things Care Bears crossover. That is weird as hell. Why would anybody want that at all? I don't know. But the poster looks kind of cool. And then they do have Count with the Count, the NECA figure. And they got some Ben Cooper stuff. So, all right, it's time to get out of here. Let's go look online and see what else we can find. All right, so we're going to be looking at the releases that came out December 9th. And then, you know, we looked into stores afterwards to see if we could find any of these things. But you got Minority Report, if I could speak, 4K. That's one, probably just the slipcover version. And then we've got Dogma. We got Dogma here with the slipcover version. And then down at the end of this row, we got the Dogma Lionsgate Limited 4K Steelbook. I have had the worst luck with that and with the slipcover version. I might just do a separate video with that one. We'll talk about it later. Catch Me If You Can gets 4K. Emperor's New Groove gets a 4K. What do we got here? Let's see. Airplane gets a 4K single release. It's already been released in that Zaz collection. Minority Report, that's the 4K Steelbook. Anaconda, ahead of the new reboot of that, which looks like a comedy with Paul Rudd, Jack Black. That gets 4K Steelbook of the original release. Catch Me If You Can gets a 4K Steelbook. The Gray has got some awesome cover artwork. Now, I've been busting chops on Scream Factory for their releases and some of the awful cover artwork. That one looks cool. Then we got the Shawscope Volume 4. We got Battle Royale 4K Steelbook. We've got Awakenings 4K. Top Secret gets a single individual release on 4K. You got the Digipack 4K release of Good Fortune. Haven't seen it, heard good things, but that is a Amazon exclusive, I think, for the 4K. So then we got Nacho Libre 4K. Do we need a 4K of that? I Know Where I'm Going 4K from Criterion Black Christmas. Pretty good cover artwork on that one. So they're improving there. You get a 4K of Jarhead. The Blues Brothers I thought looked kind of silly at first. And now that I'm looking at it, I'm pretty sure that is an actual poster artwork that you're seeing there, but that's a 4K Steelbook release of that. Southpaw gets a 4K release, a Steelbook. I'm thinking that's an Amazon exclusive. American Psycho gets a Lionsgate Limited 4K. How many damn times do we need that movie released? Oh, look at there. The Saga Erotica, the Emmanuel collection, gets a release from Severin. Vin Diesel and Riddick gets a 4K Steelbook. Dan Curtis, Gothic Tales. Pretty sure that's a Kino Cult release. Dead of Night gets, I guess, an individual release. Well, not individual, but a standard release. I mean, The Strangers Chapter 2 gets a Blu-ray release. Where's the 4K? Where's the Steelbook? Heart of Darkness, 4K, Triple Threat, 3 films. That gets a release there. I don't know what that is. Some Demon Slayer. Daryl Dixon Season 3 gets a Blu-ray release. Some anime stuff. I'm not familiar with most of that, but I know that last one we saw in Walmart, I think. Silver River, Death by Dialogue, Kill List 4K. Not familiar with those. I'm Still Here. There's the Blu-ray of Good Fortune. Beast of War is an interesting movie, looks to me. I might want to see about getting that Blu-ray. We got some anime. Carlito's Way gets into, I guess, the standard release, instead of the big release at Arrowhead. Dead of Winter, that looks pretty interesting. You got the Emmanuel single release from that box set. You got some more anime. Rabbit Trap. Ultraman Yuletide collection. I'm not familiar with most of that. Got Monster Shark. More anime. The Time I Got Reincarnated as I don't know what that is, as a slime. That's weird. The Shark Hunter and Night of the Sharks. Those are 7 releases. Testament Season 1. London Calling. Never heard of that until I saw the DVD in Walmart. Emmanuel. And then we get Omniscient Reader, The Prophecy. No clue what that is. So December 12th. Nothing I need there. So a lot of Steelbooks and a couple of new releases that are worthy of picking up. So let me know in the comments down below of all these. What did you pick up? And also, did you have any trouble getting Dogma? Let me know about that as well. So let's go ahead and close out the video. So what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am JeffMan316, your pop culture reporter. Hopefully you enjoyed that little hunt video. Yeah, I like to actually go out and look for stuff, pick it up, touch it, feel it.
And pat him and rub him and caress him.
Yeah, we like going out on the hunt and just, having the fun of that instead of just looking online. That's boring. I like to also, sometimes you just randomly find some weird stuff or you get some surprises, man. So it's always fun. Hopefully you guys, like I said, enjoyed it. The haul video will come soon. Man, this week, trying to just look for, I'll just give you an example. The movie Dogma in stores was not just Dogma, it was dog shit, man. It was terrible. And I had a terrible experience, including a lost package with that one. I think I'm going to do a video about that one and just, vent the feeling of just not being able to go out into stores anymore like you used to be able to. Like Black Friday, that wasn't as fun. It was just fun sometimes just to go out and look for movies and actually find movies in multiple stores. But either way, I digress. But watch out for the haul video coming, and then maybe, like I said, a separate one about Dogma. So let me know in the comments down below, what did you buy from this week's releases? And also, did you have any trouble or have had any trouble recently like I have? Man, it's just been a terrible last month or so, or a little bit longer, from Lionsgate Limited to Amazon. Just terrible luck with physical media. But, with the good comes the bad, and with the bad comes the good. Either way you want to look at it. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. I wanted to go ahead and take this opportunity to send out some well wishes to a friend of the channel, Dougie Fresh. He always is usually on my live streams. Sorry I didn't do a live stream on this current week that you're watching this. I was out of town for some work activities. But either way, Doug had an accident, broke his leg. It's pretty bad. He's having some issues. So send out well wishes. And I think he's got a GoFundMe, if I can find the link. Look in the description down below, and maybe you can help him out. Either way, it's easy to help me out. And all you got to do is the number one thing is like all the videos, including this one that you watch. Like, comment, subscribe, and share is what I always ask you guys to do. But while you're down there checking about the link about Doug, look at my affiliate link for Valoria Videos down there. You can go to that store, online store, and buy some good physical media from there. And you can also use the code JeffMan316 to get 10% off your first purchase. Look, my eBay store is there. Instagram is there, JeffMan316 there. So all the ways you can support me easily is down there, like I said, including liking the video. If you are a subscriber, really appreciate you. Go ahead and also hit the notification bell. It'll let you know when I post new videos or go live. And we're planning on doing the next live stream. I think we're going to watch Bad Santa. So if you're watching this new when it posts, that's the next live stream. If you're watching it later and you missed that, go back and watch that live stream. Sometimes, you miss some funny moments that we have on there. So I really enjoy it and hope you guys are having some happy holidays. Looking forward to sharing some Christmas videos with you guys from the trip that I took. And yeah, hopefully you guys, like I said, will support Doug and send out well wishes if nothing else. Put some comments on this video and make him feel good. So hopefully you guys, like I said, enjoyed it. And until next time, boys and girls, this has been JeffMan316. I'm your pop culture reporter. I'm signing out saying you guys be safe out there.
Thank you. Merry Christmas. Kiss my ass. Kiss his ass. Kiss your ass. Happy Hanukkah.